Hi, I'm Donna Wolfe from Naztazia.com.
Today's video is the granny square heart. It's made almost like a regular granny square with some color changes. You will need to know how to crochet a granny square, so please see my beginner granny square video if needed. The granny square heart looks great from the front, but do note since we are carrying the yarn, there might be some flecks of color showing through on the back. Also, you will need this chart, which shows where to change the colors. It's available on my website, or you can just pause the video here to view it. We're going to start the granny square like pretty much every other granny square, with a chain 4 and then slip stitch to form a ring. You'll make a chain 3, which serves as the first double crochet. Then in the ring you will do 4 sets of 3 double crochet stitches followed by a chain 2. Once the first round is completed, you'll make a slip stitch to the top of the initial chain 3 to complete the ring. And for this entire pattern, we want to start new rounds in the corner. So you will always slip stitch over to the nearest corner in order to begin the next round. All corners will get 3 double crochet stitches, a chain 2, and 3 double crochet stitches, followed then by a chain 1. And then once all 4 corners have been completed, you'll slip stitch to close the round. As you can see, I've basically just made 2 rounds of a granny square using pink yarn. Now we take out our chart for round 3 because that's where we're going to start changing colors. We're going to still follow the typical granny square stitch pattern. However, we'll be carrying one strand of yarn and using the other. So according to my chart, the first corner will have all pink yarn in it. So I start with the chain 3 plus 2 more double crochet for a total of 3 double crochet, followed by the chain 2 and 3 more double crochet stitches. I have to change to orange yarn for the middle 3 double crochet stitches. So I place a slip knot on my hook and finish my last double crochet with the orange yarn. I am going to carry along the pink yarn and crochet over it as I do my required stitches for the granny square. I'm making 3 double crochet stitches, but for this next corner I need pink yarn. So I put my orange yarn in front, bring up my pink yarn from the back, and finish the last stitch with the pink yarn. Now for the next several stitches, according to the chart, I will be crocheting with the pink yarn and carrying the orange yarn and crocheting over it. You can see what I've done thus far and how my square is looking like both the chart and the photos of the finished squares I've been showing in the video. In between the corners, the 3 double crochet stitches along this side will be made with the pink yarn to form the side of the heart. However, once I get near the bottom left corner of this square, I will be switching over to the orange yarn again. I'll carry the pink yarn and crochet over it with the orange yarn as I make the required stitches. So the bottom corner will be made with the orange yarn for the 2 sets of 3 double crochet stitches with the chain 2 in the middle. And then right in the middle of the bottom of the square, which is actually the bottom point of the heart, I need to switch back to the pink yarn for the next 3 stitches. And then after that, I switch back to the orange yarn for the next corner, which happens to be the lower right corner of the square. If you notice, when carrying colors to the next round, it's a good idea to catch the carried yarn color in your chain stitches so that the strand moves upwards to the next round. The heart is becoming more evident at this point, so I need to do 1 more round to complete the pink heart. Basically, the 2 upper corners need pink yarn and 1 set of double crochet stitches next to each of those 2 corners. The rest of the square will be orange yarn. What I'm showing you now is the finished round 4, complete with those 2 upper corners done with pink yarn and the rest of the square with orange yarn. I'm finishing up with the pink yarn, so as I slip stitch into the corner, I'm going to do it with the orange yarn, since only the orange yarn will be used for the remaining 2 rounds left on the granny square. Actually, it's up to you at this point how many more rounds you would like to do. You can continue with 2 more rounds of orange yarn or change things up a bit. So between the chart and the photos of the squares, that's how I crochet a granny square heart.